Lagos State government set to unveil first physical planning summit. Federal government launches application portal for petrol to compressed natural gas conversion. On the foreign scene, Israeli offensives kill dozens of people in Gaza, displace thousands in Lebanon. And in sports, Cape Verdean Delgado Rocha to take charge of Libya-Nigeria battle in Benin. And now, the details. I am Akan Usen. All is set for the first edition of Lagos Physical Planning Summit with the theme Rethinking Lagos, New Vision for a Regional and Integrated Megacity, aimed at addressing infrastructure challenges and ensuring proper implementation strategies. Speaking at a pre-event press conference at Alausa, Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Oluyinka Olumide, noted that it will be an avenue to assess and review legal financial framework, impact on socio-economic life of citizens, and encourage public-private partnership to ease the burden on government. Olumide noted that the biannual event will be mapped out in such a way that the actions are backed up with proper implementation plans that will be reviewed from time to time.
In the ministry, we have to continuously review our plans to ensure that we meet up with the current standards of the state in terms of decay. So this put together now led to this summit that we have that, look, it's important for us to sit down again and have a rethink of exactly how we go about our plans. And these plans, you have them from the higher order to the lower order. We talk of the regional plans to the master plans and to the lower order development guides.
Earlier in a welcome address, Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Benga Omotosho, said the vision of the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development is important and significant towards building a sustainable smart city.
All the time in Lagos State we stress physical planning, how important it is. People may see that in those days you just jump onto a land, begin to build a house, nobody comes to tell you what to do. But in these days of global warming, climate change, and all of the things that humanity never planned for that are now happening, it will be very nice for all of us to know the importance of fiscal planning, to respect the laws of fiscal planning, and to not display ignorance about all of these things.
The event, scheduled to hold on the 15th and 16th of October, is expected to attract professionals, international bodies, and other stakeholders. Lagos State government has reiterated the collective participation of everyone to advocate for an improvement in school sanitation by promoting awareness campaigns in all schools across the metropolis. Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tukumbo Wahab, made this known at a stakeholders interactive session on school sanitation held at the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, LCCI Conference Center, Ikeja, saying it is imperative for stakeholders to mobilize resources to address these gaps in all schools. Wahab, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Office of Environmental Services, Omobolaji Gaji, said best sanitation and hygiene practices are the foundation of a healthy learning in any environment. The federal government says a consortium of investors from South Korea have concluded plans to build 4 100,000 barrel capacity refineries in various locations in Nigeria. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, Henneken Lukobiri, stated this at the maiden edition of a summit organized by the Crude Oil Refineries Owners Association of Nigeria in Lagos. Olukwepiri explained that the federal government is encouraging investors to build refineries by providing an open environment for all, noting that approval was recently granted to invite the consortium, the name of which he did not mention. According to him, they have adopted the public-private partnership model to unlock investment in the midstream and downstream segment of the oil and gas sector, which led to the establishment of more refineries. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has launched an application portal for Nigerians willing to convert their vehicles from the use of premium motor spirit, PMS, otherwise known as petrol, to compressed natural gas, CNG. The National Orientation Agency, NOA, revealed this in a statement titled Payment Plan to Make It Easier to Switch to CNG. NOA said Nigerians who wished to switch to CNG could apply on the portal and spread payments in monthly installments. It also highlighted flexible payment plans, noting that applicants will receive support through the process to ensure it is hassle-free. Minister of Works David Umahi has assured that the first 47 kilometers of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway will be delivered by May next year. Umahi, who gave this assurance while inspecting an evacuated but now refilled section of the road, said the massive refuse dump encountered along the corridor will neither increase cost of construction nor slow down the pace of work. According to Umahi, Minister of Works and the contractor handling the project are doing everything possible to save cost of construction.
The most difficult aspect of this settlement of the sand. They are even taking a number of risks, which I commend them, by using stone base to put on top of the sand field, and we can see that they are losing, a lot of that stone base. But what the stone base is doing is to help vehicular movement, so that over time, the rail and vehicular movement is going to consolidate. And so if we are looking at about, say, 80 kilometers, so you are looking about 3 months. So we continue to encourage them to complete the filling, excavation of this refuge.
According to the Minister of Works, squatters along the corridors of the site will soon be dislodged for failure to comply voluntarily. Earlier, the Federal Controller of Works in Lagos, Olukorede Kisha, explained that evacuation of the refuse dump site had slowed down the construction, but assured that the impact will be insignificant on the duration of the project. The 700 kilometers Lagos-Calabar Highway projects, designed to connect Lagos to Cross River, will pass through Ogun, Ondo, Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers, and Akwa Ibom states. And now to foreign news. An Israeli offensive in northern Gaza has killed several dozen people and trapped thousands over the past 24 hours, while ongoing attacks on Lebanon have sent more people fleeing from the south. The Israeli military claimed its fighter jets had hit some 230 targets belonging to Lebanon's Hezbollah and Gaza's Hamas as fighting intensified in both places. The Minister of Health said civilians have borne much of the brunt, with the latest casualties in Gaza pushing the death toll from the year-long war in the enclave above 42,000. And away from all that, now sports. The Confederation of African Football, CAF, has appointed Delgado Rocha from Cape Verde as referee for Tuesday's 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying match between the Super Eagles and the Mediterranean Knights of Libya at the Matthias of Benina Stadium in Benina, close to Benghazi. Roger will be assisted by compatriots Jerry Lopez, assistant referee 1, and George Aritzin, assistant referee 2, with Amido Diarra from Burkina Faso as the 4th official. Amir Abdi Hassan from Somalia will be in the role of commissioner, with Malian Dramani Dante as referee assessor and Rakid Majiba Patton from Algeria as security officer. The encounter, which is at the back end of a double header between both nations, will kick off at 9 p.m. Libyan time and 8 p.m. Nigerian time. And that's all for the news. At 4 just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms on X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961, on YouTube. Subscribe and watch us live on our channel Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration constructed watchtowers with alarm bells and perimeter fences in model colleges? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. All is set for the first edition of the Lagos Physical Planning Summit with the theme Rethinking Lagos, New Vision for a Regional and Integrated Mega City, aimed at addressing infrastructure challenges and ensuring proper implementation strategies. The federal government has launched an application portal for Nigerians willing to convert their vehicles from the use of premium motor spirit, PMS, otherwise known as petrol, to compressed natural gas, CNG. We also told you that an Israeli offensive in northern Gaza has killed several dozen people and trapped thousands over the past 24 hours, while ongoing attacks on Lebanon have sent more people fleeing from the south. And in sports, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, has appointed Delgado Rocha from Cape Verde as the referee for Tuesday's 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying match between the Super Eagles and the Mediterranean Knights of Libya at the Matters of Benina Stadium in Benina, close to Benghazi. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Idu Olaya. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe. Good afternoon.